Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling another fascinating ancient text, pulling out its wisdom for modern life. We've got a really potent one this time from the Sutta-nipāta, part of the Buddhist scriptures. It's called the Uṭṭhānasutta.
That's right. And despite being quite short, it really packs a punch. It's incredibly direct, almost like an urgent wake-up call. So our mission today is to explore that urgency, figure out what it's really asking of us, and see how these ancient ideas might still speak to you today.
Okay, let's dive in. The Uṭṭhānasutta, it kicks off with a pretty startling challenge in verse 331. It says, Uṭṭhānasutta koato supitanavo attoranadi candida salavidana rupata. Which translates roughly to, stand up, sit down. What's the use of sleep for you? What sleep is there for the afflicted, those pierced by a dart? That's, well, it's not exactly a gentle start, is it?
No, not at all. It's a very vivid image, almost shocking. And the command, stand up, sit down. It's not just about changing posture. It's really a call for constant engagement from mindfulness in every single moment, whatever you're doing. The contrast with sleep is critical here. Sleep isn't just about rest. It's a metaphor, a powerful one for spiritual laziness, you could say, a state of unawareness.
Right, like being checked out from reality.
Exactly,
right.
Where we just fail to engage with what's actually happening.
And then it hits you with that image being pierced by a dart. That sounds like serious, undeniable pain. So what exactly is this dart that's got us all afflicted?
Well, if we look at it through the lens of Buddhist thought more broadly, the dart isn't, a literal arrow. It's a metaphor for suffering dukkha. Specifically, the kind of suffering that comes from craving, from ignorance, all those mental states that cause us distress deep down. The text is basically saying, look, you're already wounded, you're suffering right now. How can you possibly afford to stay asleep or complacent?
So the wound is internal?
Precisely. It's our fundamental inner disease, not just external troubles. And the sutta insists we're already pierced by it. It demands an immediate response.
Okay, that definitely sets a tone of urgency, and it seems to build on that right away in the next verse, 332. Uṭṭhānasutta dahasika thatsantia mavopamate vinyaya makuraja mohetavasanuj, which is, stand up, sit down, train firmly for peace, let not the king of death, knowing you to be negligent, bewilder you as his subjects. So two big ideas there, training firmly for peace and this king of death.
Yeah, and that first part raises a key question. What kind of peace are we talking about? It's much more than just the absence of war or external fighting. This santiya points towards a really profound inner tranquility, liberation from that suffering we just talked about. And it's an active thing, a disciplined pursuit, not something passive you just fall into.
And the king of death. That sounds pretty final.
Well, yes and no. It's not only about physical dying. It also represents the whole relentless cycle of existence, impermanence, decay, the forces that kind of bind us to suffering if we're not careful. You could think of it as the pressure of time always slipping away, or the feeling of stagnation if we're not growing. Those forces keep us tangled up.
Ah, okay. So if that's the king of death, then being negligent, being asleep makes us easy targets. Like we just become his subjects.
Exactly. Negligence, the Pali word is pamada, seen as this profound lack of effort, lack of diligence in trying to understand and get beyond these cycles. If you stay negligent, the text says you remain bewildered, sort of trapped, ruled by these forces, never really getting clear or free.
It's a kind of blindness then.
Yes, and it accumulates. Negligence isn't just doing nothing. It's like a fog that builds up and blinds you. It's a cycle. The call here is for constant diligence, sharp awareness.
And the intensity just keeps ramping up. Verse 333. Yaya diva manusa kesita titanti atika taraset pijata kantave maupakaga kantita sisokanti nirayami samapita. So that by which gods and humans are attached, desiring it, cross over this attachment. The moment opportunity truly should not pass you by. For those who have passed the moment, regret, consigned to hell.
Wow, missing the boat sounds serious.
It really does, because it points to something universal. Attachment. That word visatika, it suggests this pervasive clinging, almost like a poison that affects everyone, gods and humans alike. It's the grasping desire that binds us to suffering. And the command is stark. Cross over it, transcend the clinging.
And that moment of the Maupakaga, the moment truly should not pass you by. That feels like the absolute core of it. What is the specific moment? Is it just right now? It is the present, yes, but it specifically refers to the opportune moment for spiritual practice, for waking up, for gaining insight. And really, in Buddhist thought, This often means this precious human life itself, which is seen as uniquely suited for achieving liberation.
Ah, so it's this lifetime.
It's this lifetime, this opportunity. It's a stark reminder. These chances are fleeting. If we waste them through negligence, the consequences are severe, and that consign to hell. For someone familiar with these texts, it's not necessarily a literal place after death. It's more the immediate, crushing suffering of regret.
The pain of realizing you missed your chance.
Exactly. The despair of knowing you could have done something about your suffering, but you let the moment slip.
Especially relevant today, wouldn't you say, in our world of constant distractions?
Absolutely. Don't let the now just vanish. Whether it's for deep spiritual work or just living more meaningfully day to day.
Okay, so that's a powerful warning. Which brings us neatly to the final verse, 334, which kind of feels like the how-to. Pamado raho, pamadanupatito raho, apamadina vijaya abahe salam atanoti. Negligence is dust. Dust follows negligence. By diligence, with wisdom, one should extract one's own dart. This seems like the instruction manual for dealing with that dart from the first verse.
It really is. The metaphor of dust or raho here is quite interesting. Negligence isn't just passive. It actively accumulates, like dust settling on a mirror, obscuring our clarity. And crucially, dust follows negligence, pamadapatido raho. It's a feedback loop. The more negligent you are, the more dust accumulates, making you even less clear-sighted.
So it's a self-perpetuating cycle of fuzziness.
You can put it that way, yeah, a cycle of obscuration.
But there's a way out. The solution offered is apamadana vijaya, by diligence and wisdom. So it doesn't just leave us with the problem, it gives us the tools.
Absolutely. The Sutta frames it perfectly. Starts with the problem of the dart of suffering and ends with a clear solution. Appamada is that diligence, that heedfulness, the active, constant effort to stay aware and avoid building up more dust. And vijja, that's wisdom or true knowledge. It's the piercing insight that cuts through the ignorance, revealing how things really are.
And it's the combination that works.
It's precisely the combination. Diligence powers the practice, and wisdom directs it. That's how you can effectively remove your own dart, said Lamatano. Notice the emphasis, one's own dart. It's not about someone else saving you. It requires your own direct, self-reliant effort. Healing is an active internal job.
So this very short text, the Uṭṭhānasutta, is really like a complete package, an urgent guide. It says, you're hurting, don't be complacent, there's a limited time to fix it, and the way involves your own effort being diligent and gaining wisdom. Pretty amazing how an ancient text can feel so immediate. That message to wake up, pay attention, act now, it certainly lands hard in our always-on distracted world.
It really does. It kind of forces you to take a hard look at your own life, your habits, your priorities. Are we actually dealing with the real darts, the sources of our unease? Or are we just letting ourselves stay asleep, accumulating that dust? It's just a timeless prompt, isn't it? That real change, whether it's spiritual awakening or just practical improvement, needs immediate, ongoing effort, guided by some clear seeing.
Definitely. So for you listening, maybe take a moment with this. What dart in your own life might the Uṭṭhānasutta be pointing to right now? And what could it look like for you to truly stand up, as the text says, and meet it with both diligence and wisdom, instead of letting this moment, this precious present moment, just pass you by? Something to think about until our next deep dive.